Well, good evening. Oh, good afternoon. I keep thinking it's 5 o'clock everybody's time, but I'm going earlier than normal. So, because I have an appointment later today, and I really wanted to share my new deck. So, hopefully, everybody's notifications are dropping. I know this is a bit of an odd time during the day, and people might still be at work and running around. So, if you're watching on playback, thank you. I'm excited about sharing this deck. Hey, girl. And um, you can always watch playback. And if you do, please be sure to hit that like button and all those YouTubey things. And as all the wonderful, links are being thrown up there. So, yeah. And of course, donations are not required, but they're greatly appreciated because it helps me to grow my channel, my new channel here, and to be able to help me also get new goodies to share and to woo, share content. You're on double duty. Who else is on today? I thought I checked the afternoon. I try hitting up all the regular channels, but thank you. And no worries, my dear. I appreciate you popping in and saying hi and doing all that. Uh, Smack that sassy, as Jax would say. So, if it's just a solo show today, I'm still going to go ahead and talk about the deck, do a flip through on the cards. Um, I may sometimes take on too long to share all the cards, but I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I also found a couple of oracle decks that I thought would pair nicely with this deck. So let's get a start. So for those watching back on playback, um, you don't have to wait too long. So the other day, I found this on sale. Well, let me just back up a little bit. As y'all know, last year I was gifted a beautiful deck of Jamie Sawyer's tarot tiles. Um, and I know they've been very popular, especially for Miss Tarot D. So this is kind of going out to you because I got another deck by Jamie. Though it's not, it's actually my first deck. So everybody remembers the Jamie Sawyer tarot tiles. That was mostly in part gifted to me by Jackie's Crystal Moon. Thank you, my dear. I still love them. And so a little bit about Jamie. She does have a YouTube channel, so I highly recommend checking out the YouTube channel because she does share her process, her journey on how the tiles came about and the creation of her different decks, including the 1909 Redux, which is on my top tier list for future purchases. So, Jamie, in short, Cliff Notes here, started out as an amazing tattoo artist. From history, I remember reading about her. She had clients coming in asking for, tarot tats, and so she got interested in tarot, and just really, she's created a whole huge collection of pieces that you can purchase. She is multi-talented. She's a tattoo artist. She's an incredible illustrator. She, for this deck that I'm going to be sharing today, they were done with lino cuts. She does felt. I mean, I don't think there's anything that Jamie can't do. She just blows me away as a fellow artist. And with the tiles all done by hand, people recognize her laser cut mandalas on the back of these tiles. So this is that deck creator and tile creator. And she has tiles in different sizes for her tarot, for Lenormand. And from what I saw today, she's working on a oracle deck. So very excited about that. So getting started here. So today's deck, as everyone can see from the thumbnail, is her nested tarot deck. And it was on sale, so I jumped at the chance to purchase it. Hey, girls, might be just you and me today, but that's okay. Thanks for being here. I am so excited to get this deck and to have gotten this deck, and I haven't even used it yet because I've been waiting to show everybody before it gets all jingled up and out of order, especially if anyone has certain cards they would like to see, unless, of course, I do a flip through, complete flip through. But amazing box, absolutely love it. And I believe these are still on sale. They were roughly 33 plus shipping, so it was a good deal. And it's one of those cool boxes, although I have noticed in the past, I've gotten some tarot decks with this lift up top, and hopefully hers lasts long, but when you use it and you open it and close it multiple times, eventually I had a couple boxes where I would go to pick it up and clunk. It would fall open, but I absolutely love because they're nesting dolls and then put into a box that's like nesting. So beautiful hard cardboard, well packaged. It's got the art from the cards on the box, and you just pull them right out. Easy peasy. And so these are, as says on the back, all based on 78 hand carved and printed images by Jamie. So she took linoleum carving mats and did her carving and did printmaking. I never did lino cuts, as they're called, in college, but I did do the basswood, and they are very time consuming, and it takes a lot of skill as you're cutting that you don't accidentally chip out, lines that you've already cut or laid down. The book itself. So this deck was created in 2021 to 2022, and there's only one edition. And my only thing, and I told Shan this morning, my only thing about this deck that I would say is I love how she printed these on on white paper, because it made the black and white pop. The backs are on the brown craft paper that she printed on. So for me, if she ever goes to reprint, I would like to see maybe more of a lighter background. So that beautiful attention to line and detail is shown through the artwork. But yeah, this is the book. And instead of traditional small font type and everything, she, put the title and the number, but then look how she wrote, almost kind of not like graffiti, but just freestyled. And I absolutely love that. Very cool, very unique. I like people who think out of the box, creatively. And she goes on about talking about this. They are known as lino cuts, so they're all linoleum black printing. So just a basic explanation on how people, were requesting, different things. And she, let's find out exactly what it says here. It says here, through the last 20 years, so she's been a tattoo artist for 20 years. I cannot tell you how many ways I have done this shape as a tattoo. So again, this was also shapes that as a tattoo artist that she was asked to create. People have requested everything from traditional Eastern European styling to Star Wars to Lucky Cats. So she had me at Star Wars. So F-er, the catch. What? So the beginning of the dolls were made. She goes, when I realized I wanted to keep going with the carvings, I pondered what the classic Rider-Waite Smith Fool card might look like if made into one of those nesting doll shapes. And there it began. She said she started with one card, got up to 22, and then boom, all 78 just came right through. And I love what she wrote. I often say that the muses are in total control when a deck needs to be born from my hands. So she just got super creative. And there's also a little disclaimer in here too, because these are all block prints. Please note that the images on each card were hand carved and stamped using a block printing ink. and then eventually scanned. So if there are gaps in some of the solid fills or dust-like chatter on the prints, please know it's meant to be there and is part of the charm of this printing process. And yes, I remember that from having to do the basswood, the black cuts in college. Um, all righty, and of course, it's all printed through her, though the deck and the guides printed through China. I didn't know she printed through China because I know that a lot of her tarot tiles are also, I've seen her using the machines where she sits, prints these out on those huge vinyl machines, which can cost a lot of money. And she peels them off and she sits by hand and does the epoxy and everything on these. So, but still, these are beautiful deck. And hey, girl, hey, just got home. Cool, making cupcakes. I shared that picture from a few years ago about the baked you some shut the up cupcakes to Jax. She got a kick out of it. So the cardstock is thicker. It's not a like with these. See how easy these bend. So this is going to be a thicker cardstock. I believe she prints on a 300. I could be wrong, but these are a little bit thicker. So riffle shuffling, I don't know. Depends on, you want to break the cards in for people who might have some issues with articulation with their fingers. Maybe not so much, but it is a slight gloss, but they shuffle beautifully. They do not stick. These are all, let me take this down. For tiny hands, yes. So compared to a traditional, they're the same size, pretty much. Yeah. So there we go. Let me put this card back from that beautiful little deck you fell in love with so much the other day. So I have not shuffled any of these, so I can go through all of them. And they're just absolutely adorable. And I love that she includes other dolls in there. And it's like they're almost making expressions at, the main doll in the card, in the artwork. And instead of a knapsack in her nesting dolls, she used like a purse. It's really cute. So I guess we will start off with this. Yeah, they're a thicker. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, they're. But what's nice with the thicker though is that that they're not too thin where they'll tear. So these should hold up, I hope, relatively well. So we got the Fool. And, it almost looks like they're going, oh, God, there she goes again, up to the cliff, ready to jump. So there's almost like the expressions, on their faces in reaction to the main nesting doll. And it's so cute. She still has her little dog. There's her little puppy dog right there. There's the flower. Instead of, again, the bundle, she modernized it and made into like a little neck purse, which I think is cute. I had card tiers. Yeah, my Hush has a card tier on it, but it just shows that they're well loved. I like to think. We have the Magician. I know a lot of people do the deck reviews pre-recording, but for me, I like to be the odd duck out of the group, or the black sheep, and just go ahead and do the flip throughs on a live and share them with folks. And if they have any questions, I can answer them in real time. We have the High Priestess. I love this deck. I cannot wait to use it. We have the Empress. And I had a little small nesting set as a kid. And I would love to get another one at some point. They were always so much fun to play with. We have the Emperor. I mean, it's incredible. These are all lino cuts. So she had to go in, draw in the lines, and then carefully carve all around them. And the intricacy of this deck just goes and shows her skills. She's got mad skills. I bow to the queen there. Illustration. She's got some mad skills. And then we have the Hierophant. And I like the emphasis on the keys. Beautiful. Now the Lovers is interesting. There's 2 other nesting dolls, but just one individual. But that's okay because we have 2 trees represented. So to represent the other. We also have the apple on one side. So there's a little bit of symbolism in there to carry that forward. And if I look at the face too, the face has an androgynous features. So you could look at either way or represents both right there in the one image. I have had, nesting dolls. Oh, Santa Claus. Very cool. We got the Chariot. And hello, Patricia. And when I go to do readings, girl, I promised you'll get a reading today. There's the Chariot, the Strength. Oh, God, I just love the artwork. And some of these I'm just really looking at for the first time in real time with you all. But the line work, the amount of detail in these cards is incredible. The Hermit. I think this is going to be one of my favorite decks. I mean, favorite decks. I love things that are unique, that are different, hence the tiles that Jackie helped me get. This beautiful lino cut, the folia with the round shape of the cards, my Raven Lenormand. I just love creativity, people thinking outside of the box. The Justice. Sometimes the odd-shaped ones can be a little tricky to here we go. Sorry. Could be a little tricky to shuffle, but I don't care. I love them. We make it happen. Hey, man. Hi, Irene. Gerald did a reworking on this deck. Oh, did he? You mean he went in and did stuff on the deck? I think that's what you mean. Well, yeah, he would have to. Because I know that he sometimes cuts holes in the ones and they fit them in. So, and I know that he did a thing of the felt. The felt is very creative, doesn't quite talk to me. And for those who like the Death card, there is the Death card. This is one of my favorite cards out of the deck. Very, very cool. You're going to do a workout. Awesome, Irene. And Temperance. Love the Temperance. The Devil. Look at that face. The Tower. Oh, that's interesting. Like I said, I've seen a quick flip through on these. I knew automatically I wanted them. And so for me, some of these are the first time I get to see them along with y'all. Wow. Very cool. The Star. The Moon. These cards, her art is just blowing me away. I do the Garth and Wayne. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Comes up to Jamie. We got the Sun. No creepy baby included. Always got to throw in that joke about the creepy little baby. And we have Judgment, which is an interesting one. And I love this. They look like people, but they're sprouts actually growing out of the fertile soil. They're rising up and growing. I love how she figured that out, how to do that. Again, very creative, thinking outside of the box. The World card. Ace of Swords. So we start with the sword suit. The Two of Swords. if I'm going too slow. Sometimes I go too fast, and Allison in the past has been like, slow down, we don't get to see them. The Three of Swords, oh, with the little tears. Yeah. The Four of Swords. I'm sure Magus will like this one. He's a Four of Swords kind of guy. Five of Swords. It's refreshing. Yep, it's different. My favorite Three of Swords, though, is still the Marchetti deck, where it actually shows a man crying with a broken heart. I mean, that was really powerful. We've got the Six of Swords. I mean, I know I keep going on and on about it, but look at all that line work. These are lino carvings. You have to be extremely careful when you're carving so you don't pop out the line next to it. I mean, she's got a good, strong, steady hand. And I'm sure she keeps her tools very sharp. Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Blindfold and all. We got the Nine of Swords. And what she did here, you know, the blanket, she put that down here along the bottom. So you have all the signs and the symbols on from the blanket on the nesting doll there. And of course, again, the nesting doll is reflecting, you know, the sadness, the anxiety that, you know, we can't see, but she's obviously trapped behind. And we have the Ten of Swords. Oh, that last one, almost going through the head. And we got the Page of Swords. Get my finger out of the way. Knight of Swords. Yeah, that's very determined, even the facial expressions. I don't know, being that determined, I don't know if the other two behind them should be so happy and excited, because sometimes you never know what that Knight of Swords is going to do. What he's going to say. Queen of Swords. Oh, she's beautiful. Look at that Queen of Swords. Love her. King of Swords. I want to get into wood burning and maybe carving to add detail to my wood in the van. So there you go, Irene. That could be one of those things that you try out moving forward this year. Like in your reading the other day, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles. I did some wood burning for my handmade drum. That was a lot of fun. I went overboard, but it was a lot of fun. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. And look at, she included like glasses. That's cute. Just remember, when you're doing anything with carving or machinery, make sure you keep them eyes protected. Make sure you wear them goggles. Four of Pentacles. And also a breathing mask. We have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I love the expressions. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Oh yeah, I'd be kind of looking next to me too. I get that one. Eight of Pentacles. My new words for this card. I love that Kristen Louise was using when we were reading last night for full moon readings. Tenacity, and I love that. So I love putting that with the hard work and, you know, staying focused and diligent, and also tenacity. We got the Nine of Pentacles. I love how she is her garden. That is beautiful. I wonder if the lizard is in here, because Jonathan was always like, they always leave out not my lizard, the snail, excuse me. And I think that's a snail. Almost kind of looks like an armadillo a little bit. Interesting. I'll let you be the judge. Got to build the word part first. Yep. Ten of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. I like that. Knight of Pentacles. Almost looks like he's got a sad face, but that's just his helmet. I love how these are playful too. Queen of Pentacles. And there's her little bun bun. So she's got her bun bun in there. King of Pentacles. Wow. I'm going to take a quick sip. Like he says, stay thirsty, my friends. The most interesting man in the world. I say stay hydrated, my friends. I want to remember what it smells like. Oh, the wood burning. Yeah, like you have a fireplace going. You can smell the burning of the wood. So now we go on to the wands. So we have the Ace of Wands. The Two of Wands. I'll have to take a picture of that Ace of Wands and send it to Tom. That's just been his stalker card lately. The Three of Wands. Wow. How she was able to fit the majority of all the symbolism into the dolls, into the cards. Four of Wands. There we go. Five of Wands. All right, there you go. Yeah. Six of Wands. What I love about this deck is that her faces show expression. And no, I'm not hating on Miss Pamela, because without Miss Pamela, we wouldn't have the traditional RWS to work off of. But a lot of her, not too many of her main cards had a lot of, expression, really, connected to the card or really noticeable. In this deck here, Jamie really brings that forth as the expressions of the energy on the faces of those cards. An Eight of Wands, moving so fast, passing right by. That's cute. The Nine of Wands, still standing. Yeah. So whenever I see this card, I think of the Elton John song, I'm still standing. 10 of Wands. Wow. And Page of Wands. All the little salamanders, the lizards. Oh, and I just noticed, look at the hat. Almost like a fedora, 40s fedora. That is, oh my God, that is too cute. Brian, Blushing Nerd Tarot. I'll have to see if I can find his email and send that to him. I think he'll get a kick out of that. Knight of Wands. And, oh, I know, Allison, this is one of your favorites. I love this. Look at the kitty cat. The Queen of Wands. Oh, I love how the kitty cat is right there in the middle. And he's still my little black kitty, my Mozzie. Absolutely adorable. I love her. And the King of Wands. And Irene says, things are going to start thawing out tomorrow. Nice. Start working on getting ready for the spring, Irene. And now we're going to the cups. There is the Ace. The Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. The Four of Cups. I just started having a thought, looking at the expressions and the faces in here. I'm trying to associate people that I know with the cards. Five of Cups. Who they remind me of. Six of Cups. Oh, the Seven of Cups. She got them all in there. And I just watched a flip through on Simon's channel, The Hermit's Cave. I love his flip throughs, and he did the one for Jamie Sawyer's 1909 RWS Tarot Redux. And it's beautiful. It was a good flip through. And it's basically, it's, well, the Pixie's art, but the lines have been cleaned up. Some of the faces have been adjusted, but it's automatically recognizable as RWS. Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. But I have to wait to see if that one goes on sale. Ten of Cups. It's a beautiful morning. That song just popped in my head. Page of Cups. And look at that expression of the fish coming out. Woo! See, I just absolutely love the character she's giving the cards. It's like she's bringing forth the characters of the cards through her artwork. I think hands down, this has got to be one of my top five, top three tarot decks I have. Knight of Cups. And that's saying something, because I've got quite a few tarot decks. Queen of Cups. And last one, King of Cups. And there you have it, folks. And I felt like this deck would pair nicely with my Folia Oracle deck. So I like to try pair Oracle with Tarot. So I think they have a nice feel to the both of them, including my Magical Botanical. Those would pair very nicely too. So we'll set those aside. And let's see what we got going on here. And Irene said the faces could have been cuter like actual traditional nesting dolls, but otherwise all the accents on the cards are really nice. It expresses the, I feel the energy of the cards. I think she did a very good job. Yep, the smell of the wood. Especially the different ones. Yep. Let's see. It is a lot of fun. Alrighty, I think I've gone through all that. So I've been flip-flopping here with people in chat, in numbers. So let's get to shuffling. What's the first one? Queen of Swords. I've always associated Queen of Swords with Allison. Whenever I get that Allison, that's like my Allison card is the Queen of Swords. Because direct, clear, communicative, clarity of cards, clarity with readings, clutter free. To me, it's all very like Queen of Swords. It's 333 your time. Very cool. It was just 12:33 here. So let's give these babies a good shuffle. Yep. One of the expressions I associate with that is "bite me, bitch." You want to get saucy and spicy in some readings. That, and I had a peer specialist who used to, not hold anything back, and she'd be like, she goes, I cut a bitch if they did that to me. And I'm like, and of course her name was Heather too. So let's give these a good shuffle. Patricia, my dear, are you still here? Because I did promise you to be the first reading for today. And thank you again for giving Judith your spot so she could get a birthday reading from us. That was very kind of you. So get this shuffle. Anybody who wants a reading with my new deck, she's there. Awesome. Excuse me. So I will start then. All right, shoot, I better go and do my workout. Have fun, Irene. Have a good workout. Okay. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffling. Like that Deadhead song. Shuffling up to Buffalo. Alrighty. So your Folia card. And let's see. First reading Patricia with the new deck. Alrighty, that's going to be your significator right there. I like when a card flips out. I used to find that annoying, but I enjoy that. Alrighty, let's take a look. See here, Patricia. Ooh, a couple nines. Oh, nice cards, Patricia. So your Folia card is energy, and it's about a rush of excitement. So yummy cup of coffee, tea, maybe cocoa, or maybe some chai. So you got the energy card. There's a lot of positive energy going on, a lot of excitement. Excitement about what? I don't know, but your significator is the Nine of Cups. So you've got cups. Your main cup card with your oracle goes with your significator. So Nine of Cups, feeling very blessed, very happy, loves to celebrate success with others. Just again, a lot of emotional fulfillment and happiness. I love how those two, go together for you. Your other card, your top tangible energy right now is the Nine of Pentacles. So you are celebrating a lot of personal success, your independence, hard work, things that you have really were, again, like the word tenacity. You were very tenacious. You were very focused, like with that Eight of Pentacles, led right to that Nine of Pentacles. So you created this beautiful garden from your own hard work, from your own grit. And now you are celebrating that. You're enjoying, the blooming flowers, the sanctity of it, the beauty and the joy. Your underlying energy is the Two of Wands. So it feels like, well, maybe there's something else now we want to pursue. We have that Nine of Pentacles. We're getting settled in there right now. Okay, these are my accomplishments. But that Two of Wands is making me think you've got something else that you're thinking about doing. This is the card of, taking that potential, that ace energy, and focusing on creating something new, maybe making plans, maybe setting some new goals, decisions, kind of doing a strategic like plan, analyzing. So it feels like, you still know that you've got a whole world out there of things you want to explore, you want to try, you want to do. So I like that. These were very cool. I like the cards. And oh my gosh, it's so cool. So when I put these two cards together, it almost looks like it makes a face, a full face. I have to share that. That's cute. I know that's not her attention, but look, it looks like her faces are coming together. Very cute. So that's what I have for you, Patricia. I wonder what it is that you're planning. This is something maybe subconsciously, or it's just kind of under the radar because it was under the deck. So plans on world domination. What are you going to, where are you going to strike out basically next? You have those goals fulfilled. You're celebrating your achievement and your success, but that rush of excitement feels like there's something else that you got planned. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Thank you for letting me read for you. I'm being my first reading with my new deck. So anybody else would like a reading with my new deck, please let me know. I know Irene had to go, and I didn't know there were other shows. I try, before I schedule a pop up, I try to go through all the main channels that I know. so that I'm not infringing or being on, excuse me, on top of. So I'll just go ahead and still shuffle these more. Hope everybody is having a good week. And again, all of Jamie's links are provided in the description box. And I know Jackie's Crystal Moon has had Jamie on, so I think at one point I would love to be more well versed in her history and everything that she has to offer, and maybe invite her on too. Thank you. I have had health issues, and I will not let any of it bring me down. I keep thinking positive thoughts. Well, that's your garden. You're not letting all that, turn your garden into weeds. And, I mean, we need weeds. Weeds is a part of nature, but you're not letting that destroy your garden or your optimism. And I don't know, there feels like there's an excitement about something coming up. Again, maybe that Two of Wands is really very, subtle right now that you don't know, but exactly what that might be. But it might be something that comes to you within maybe the next few days or whatever. It's really hard to do timing with cards. But yeah, there's still lots of life to live, right? So yeah, those Nine of Cups waters, that Nine of Pentacles garden of yours, that positivity. So I'll do a little bit more shuffling, and if nobody else shows up, then I will end this early. Or I can actually even do let's do a collective. So if anybody watching, I can end the show with a collective. So we'll do that. Okay. Let's get a phobia card. Alrighty, so for the collective, the folia, the card of belief. Examine existing beliefs. So this card is asking us to check in with ourselves. What do we still believe? Things that how have we grown? Are there still some beliefs that we hold very tightly to? Are there some that have changed? Whether it's about ourselves, our spiritual practices, how we interact with others. Again, of course, also including ourselves. So this is the candle to go within. It's kind of like the Hermit card, that lunar eclipse. Yep. So with this, so kind of think of this as like the Hermit card, going within, introspection, self-reflection, and just taking a look and see what beliefs are still with you. See if any of them might keep you stagnating, and maybe that needs to have a relook at. So that was that card. Illuminate your beliefs and and leave the rest. Unless someone's doing something weird outside my window. So the significator for the collective to go with it is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, being able to give and receive, and remembering that, it's okay to receive if we give a lot to others, just as, it's good for us to be able to do paybacks, or paying it forward, let me say it that way, to those who have given to us. So this is a lovely card of charity. And I hate using the word charity, but just, reckless acts of kindness, or not reckless acts, randomless acts of kindness, because there's too much of the violence right now. So showing people kindness, even if it's just a smile or whatever little bit helps to get someone on their way. And what is this? Let me know. Please share in the chat. I know that's probably an Asian word, maybe for belief. Um, I would love to know. So, top card for the collective, the Five of Pentacles. So, as I was saying, with the Six of Pentacles, we got the five. So, there is a lot of feeling of fear of, of our finances, of having any sense of safety or stability, especially right now in this damn country of ours. And I know a lot of people across, around the world are going through a lot as well. But really, everything going on, creating that sense of isolation, people being forced to isolate when they shouldn't have to. So this is a card of, you know, fear and lack of safety, security, and stability and finances. So that's the top tangible energy of what we're going through. And here we go. Thank you, my dear. Let me see if I'm pronouncing that properly. Amoyari. Amoyari is a core Japanese cultural value representing selfless compassion, empathy, and the proactive anticipation of others' needs. It goes beyond sympathy, often involving reading the room and taking action, gentle action, to bring comfort to others without being asked. That's beautiful. Whoops. Omo Omoyari. Okay. I'll have to write that down later. Omoyari. Thank you. And compassion in action for short. Yes. And the underlying energy. Yay! Slightly butchered it, but we got there. Temperance. So taking everything in balance right now, trying to remain balanced, try to moderate how much we are watching on television, moderating watching how much we are taking in on social media, and just, again, with the Six of Pentacles, the give and take with the balance. Here's the give and take with the balance of the cups of our emotions. So learning how to balance our emotions, how we can, fill our cups, fill others at the same time, staying grounded, and again, staying hopeful, because between, everything that's going on, this has taken its toll on a lot of people. It's taken its toll on people spiritually, financially, physically, mentally, my goodness. And, I don't typically read on or talk about politics, but really at this time, it's unacceptable of what our government is doing in our country and what's allowing other states to do to people of different genders, of races, of it's disgusting, and it needs to stop. And only together, when our voices are raised on how we do it, even in the smallest ways of donating to a charity that's helping people, like in Minneapolis. There are ways of, writing, helping people, to legislators in Kansas, um, you know, doing community work. Again, being that person that can help when they can. And sometimes that's lending an ear, lending a voice, a silent protest, helping people. To me, this card also represents those people who are running to the stores, helping people in Minneapolis who are afraid to leave their homes because they know that ICE is watching them, whether or not they're citizens or not. And so there is just a lot of major injustice and disgrace going on. But as a collective, got to challenge those beliefs, those norms, and to say enough is enough in every small little way that we can. So That's what I have for the collective. And a lot of people eat their emotions. And so it's important to say, to pay attention to food consumption. Yes, I know that I do that. So I'm trying to reel it in, but yes. So there's many different ways of trying to self medicate, self soothe, um, and just finding that balance again, that moderation of what we take in visually, you know, audibly, emotionally. So yeah, well, that's what I have. I was hoping maybe a few more people would come in, but I guess that will be that then for today. Tomorrow, depending, I might do a pop up. I'm not sure. But Friday, I do have my live painting session with Jonathan, and Lennon Smith is joining us. And then later that evening for Friday night hangout is Avana Intuitive. So looking forward to definitely to Friday. And so thank you everybody for joining me and watching on playback. Thank you, Patricia, Irene, Jax, Allison. Thanks for hanging out with me and celebrating my new deck with me. And we will all catch you all later. And so that's it. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.